Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today it's time to build some more new LEGO Minifigure Habitats with the minifigure from the recent CMF series 23. So last week we built one habitat for the ferry captain and one for the popcorn costume, and I think these two were a success. Today we're gonna build something new for the werewolf and for the knight of the yellow castle. Let's start from this last one, and for that one my idea was to take inspiration by one of the recent gift with purchase set that is actually from LEGO Ideas, which is the cardboard adventures. So here we have this kid building his spaceship with cardboard in his room. So I thought to take inspiration by this one and make a room for this girl that she's playing as a knight. So we are gonna make it, of course, in the size of a minifigure habitat. We are gonna change the color scheme, and I'm gonna try to be inspired by that. I'm gonna take a few of these things that I wanna add in the other room, which is gonna be the cat. So we are gonna add a friend. We are gonna use also this teddy bear, also to give another friend to this minifigure. And also I'm gonna add the scissors because I'm planning to build some sort of cardboard horse for this minifigure. Let's see if it works out. So here is our 8x8 base. In this case I didn't have a 8x8, so I used the 2x8, put them together, tiled it up. Later we are gonna connect everything a bit better, and this is what we have. Like in this one, let's keep it here in the corner so we can have a comparison. I create with a different color scheme a sort of carpet, smaller size, and now we are gonna finish it up. But on one side I will have to leave it square. It's gonna be at the back anyway, so cannot be seen, because I need a stud there for a connection later on. Anyway, this is gonna be hidden, so we are not gonna see that. We are gonna start to add the back wall. So here we have a completely different color scheme. I kept the white window, and I added also one curtain on a different color compared to that one. And then I want to add a few printed tiles on the side. In the previous one we had some stars. Here I have some dots, I think 1 by 1 printed tiles. No particular meaning, it's just as a decoration. On this side of the wall, since this is a castle theme, I want to create a sort of little castle. I don't know if we should consider it as a big, how to say, a big cardboard creation or a big toys, or is one of those heavily decorated and modified rooms. Anyway, I decided to create a sort of castle there, and on that stud over there at the back we can add the teddy bear. It's gonna be a little bit hidden at the back, but I want all these habitats very filled, very packed. And then on top here we can complete the side wall, and now we have a nice room over here, following more or less the idea of this, even if the color scheme is different. Even for the floor I went with this 10. Now over here on the left I'm gonna add a little cabinet, a little drawer, to which I'm gonna add the scissor. So it's gonna be in the left corner like in the GWP, and it's gonna connect only with one stud there. Because anyway when you connect to another habitat on top, it's not gonna block anything, so we can keep it over there. Just make sure that it's aligned properly. And now the difficult part is to create the sort of horse thing. So here this is one of the accessories that come with the minifigure that I want to be at the front of this, and this is the structure that I came up with. So this is gonna be the back side. Basically I have a modified brick, one with 4 studs on 4 sides. On all sides I'm using this dark 10. So the idea when we are looking at this is that we have a big cardboard that poses as the back leg. We are going to have another big cardboard box as the front leg, and then a big cardboard connected to on top with the hole in the center for the minifigure. So this is going to connect at the bottom here with that stud that I was mentioning earlier on a slight angle. And then we are gonna have another one at the front where we can connect this toy at the front, and this same structure is gonna connect at the jumper on an angle. Now, to add the minifigure, we need to do two things. One, add one plate at the bottom so the minifigure can actually touch on the ground. And I need to push this a little bit outside so that the minifigure can fit, because actually the minifigure is a little bit wider than the space that we have here for the stud, the 2x2 space more or less. Okay, so here we have the minifigure. I think it looks pretty cool. Just to add a little bit detail at the front, here we have two empty studs. We are gonna add the cat. So here is the completed scene. I think it's pretty cute. It worked out pretty well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment down below. But quickly, let's not waste much time, and let's move and to talk about the werewolf. This one was quite challenging. I decided to go by building a little scene inspired by the Little Red Riding Hood. And I decided to use this minifigure at the back to pose as Little Red Riding Hood. I don't have a hood, so this is actually a red hair piece, but from the back side, it might look like a hood. So for now, I'm gonna use this one. Might think about changing it in the future. So this is the side of the face that I'm gonna use, not the blowing one. And I think we're gonna give this actually to this other minifigure. Anyway, this is a accessory that is gonna be more or less hidden. Sorry about that, let me fix the camera. So here we have a more green base. I already have a sort of path leading to the side. Over here I raised up a little bit with some wedge plates, same on the other side. And I'm gonna also add a little bit of flowers to give a little bit of color to the scene. At the back side, we're gonna have a sort of wall, but first I'm gonna use these slopes with a cut corner to give a little bit of impression of a tall grass going towards the back of the scene. I brick build with modified plates here a sort of tree, a trunk going up, and then I decided to go with this blue. I had to use some 2x also because I'm running out of all these blue bricks, because I used most of them in my micro scale habitats that you can check out on my channel. And on this side I decided to build a sort of little house. We can consider it as the grandma house in the story. I use all these modified bricks because I couldn't bring it out one brick because it would take too much space in the scene. So I decided to give a little bit of depth just by adding tiles to this. So the color scheme is mostly white. I brick build the door over here. Here we have some sort of hinge. We are gonna complete the frame around it on a different color, and we are gonna add an handle over here. To give the angle of the roof, I added this transparent minifigure stand that usually come with those Marvel kind of minifigure series. And here we're gonna add this roof that is gonna connect here. I was actually thinking of building again another sort of trees and stuff, so a path that is leading into the forest, but then it would look weird because I will have a sky and sky and you cannot see where the path goes. So it's like the minifigure running into a wall, so it didn't really make much sense to me. So this is what I decided to do. Now here I want to create a big tall tree, so I'm just using this rounded one with a modified brick plate on top. This is gonna be here, and then over here we are gonna create a big tree. What I try to do is again using the same dark green slopes, connect to this big leaf piece. We are gonna add an additional connection to keep it together over here, and this is gonna connect on top of that modified plate on an angle, and it works quite okay, even if probably this covering up the space is making the scene a little bit too dark. But since we are in the forest, I think it might work out. Over there you can see I also added some branch from the other three as a little additional detail. Then over here I have a bracket to which I added some sort of bush to create a sort of hiding space to where we're gonna add the werewolf. So the werewolf is here, it's gonna turn the head to look on the side because he's actually spying on the little Red Riding Hood. So let's see if we can find the right connection. Let's push everything in. This is gonna connect on an angle like this. Then we can adjust the tree, and now we have it. We can give a little bit of angle. There we go. So here is our scene with the werewolf that is spying back, hiding behind the bushes, hiding behind the tree. And I think it works okay, but I'm not super happy about this. A lot of you were actually suggesting to build a scene from the 3 little pigs. I didn't do it because I thought I didn't have any, but now I realized I actually have one. So I might consider redoing the scene for the werewolf in the next video. So we're gonna have on Thursday a new video. Meanwhile, I can bring out the other habitats so you can have a little idea on how they look together. We're gonna have a new mock build probably on Thursday, and then we're gonna have again some minifigure habitats coming on Monday on the channel. So we are gonna have 2 more, and I'm waiting for suggestion, guys, if you can help me out with that. And I might do also a new one for the werewolf if I find the right combination. So next week we're gonna have the holiday elf and the sugar fairy. Please let me know some idea on what you want to do for this one in particular. I need some ideas. I hope you like this series, guys, and this minifigure CMF 23. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao.